Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the West Ham Voice. Thank you all for joining me. It's going to probably either be a very long show or a very short show. And the reason being is that the draw for the Euro conference playoffs happens at 1 o'clock this afternoon, 1 o'clock UK time. But dependent on how long we may have to wait, because sometimes these Euro UEFA draws take quite a long time, will be dependent on how long I stay on. So what I'm going to do to fill up a little bit of time is actually give you a bit of a lowdown as to one of the 10 teams we may end up actually playing in the playoffs, because we were sort of given details the other day that there is a playoff before our game starts, which is going to be held over the next week or so. And then when those playoffs happen, then we start our playoff on the 18th and 25th of August. So let's start with the teams that are involved. And first off, there's a team called, I'm going to try and get the pronunciations right because I know I'm pretty awful at this, so do forgive me. The first team is Paid Linameskond. I've tried. I've actually tried to do this properly, and I'm never going to get it right. So, Paid Linameskond from Estonia. Paid Linameskond was founded in 2004. They've got a history. Their history is that they first qualified for Europa League places in 2020 when they finished second in their league. They've qualified for the Europa Conference League in the last 2 seasons as well. They play at the Paid Lina Stadion, which has got a capacity of 500 people. Now, I guess all you fans, West Ham fans, which are hoping to get a ticket for this away game, should we get them, that's going to be quite interesting. The stadium is located in the town of Paid, which is to the south of the capital of Tallinn in Estonia. The way to get there is by public transport. Bus is easiest, and the quickest way will take you 1 hour and 15 minutes from the center of Tallinn itself. What of them? So they play in the Meistriliiga, which only have 10 teams involved. They finished last season in 3rd, and they also won the Estonian Cup winners last season. Their top goal scorer is Debeas Owusu Sekeira. I'm crap at pronunciation, so I do apologize. They have 3 internationals in their team who all play for the Estonian national team. And in 2021, they formed a partnership with the Gambian football team called Real de Banjul, where the best Gambian footballers are used Paid as a stepping stone for their careers. And so that's one team that we could get out of the last 10 available. If we get them, it would be a very interesting journey to sort of get to this league. Next up, I guess, is one of the teams that we want to avoid, which is Anderlecht in Belgium. Founded in 1908. They've got a long history. Belgian league winners 34 times, Belgian Cup winners 9 times, League Cup winners 3 times, Super Cup winners 13 times, UEFA Cup winners once, UEFA Cup winners twice, and of course, one of those wins was over West Ham United, and UEFA Super Cup winners as well. They play at the Lotto Park, and they've got a capacity of 22,500 at their ground. Their stadium is based to the east of Antwerp, and getting there by train from Brussels takes just over an hour. They're part of the Jupiler League, of course, 18 teams, and last season they finished 3rd. Their top goal scorer is Leo Rafaelov, who scored 19 goals last season. They've got 6 internationals in their squad, but only one of them is in the Belgium international team, who's Jari Veshgaren. So I guess they're one of the teams that we really want to avoid. Next up, Wolfsberger from Austria, founded in 1930. They qualified for Europe 4 times in the last 7 years. They play at the Levantal Arena, with a capacity of 7,300. It's located 1.5 kilometers south of Wolfsburg town centre, and getting there takes around about 15 minutes from the town centre. Or you can take the train, but ironically, the station, it takes 10 minutes longer than it does if you just walk from the town centre. They play in the Austrian league, and the number of teams in that league is 12. They finished 4th last season to qualify for this competition, and their top goal scorer is Israeli Tai Baribo. They do have 2 international players, but none for the Austrian league. They have Baribo, who plays for Israeli team, and also Georgia as well. Next up is Gizra United from Malta, founded in 1947. They qualified for the European Cup Winners' Cup way back in 1973-74. And this season they've qualified for, or in the last few seasons, they've qualified for Europe 4 times in their last 5 years. I don't know what stadium they play in, because the only one that comes up whenever you look at this team is the national stadium, Tal Kali, in Valletta. So I'm guessing for the important games, they play their games in the national stadium, which holds the capacity of just under 17,000. Now, this would be a great place to go. Malta's a lovely country. Valletta is a beautiful city. So, you know, that would be an interesting game to go to. But their stadium isn't based directly in Valletta. It's 9 kilometers outside of Valletta itself, but it only takes about half an hour to get there by bus. They're in the Maltese Premier League, as you would imagine. There's 12 teams in the Maltese Premier League. They finished 5th in the league last season to qualify for this competition, and their top goal scorer is Maxwell Samurai, who scored 18 goals last season. They have 3 players, all play for the international Maltese team as well. Next up is Riga from Latvia. Founded in 2014, they've won the Latvian champion. They've been Latvian champions 3 times, Latvian Cup winners 1 time. They've played in the Champions League. They played in the Europa League, and they've also qualified for this competition, the Europa Conference. They play in the Skonto Stadium with a capacity of just over 8,000. That sits on the east bank of the river Daugava in Riga, and getting there takes about 20 minutes from the town centre by walk. They play in the Virsliga in Latvia. Only 9 teams in that league, and they finished champions in that league last season. Their top goal scorer is Gabriel Ramos, Brazilian, and they have 7 international players, of which 5 play for the national Latvian team. Next up is Gil Vicente from Portugal. They were founded in 1924. This is the first time they've ever qualified for any European football. Their stadium is the Estadio Cidade de Barcelos, which holds a capacity of just over 12,500. Their stadium is the north of Barcelos centre. It's not an easy place to get to. The nearest airport is Porto, and then you've got to get a bus from there to Barcelos centre, which takes just over an hour. They play in the Liga Portugal, of which there are 18 teams. They finished 5th in the league last season to qualify for this competition. Their top goal scorer is Fran Navarro, who scored 16 goals. They have 4 international players, but none of them play for the Portuguese international team. Next up, I guess it's another team that we would probably like to avoid, is AIK of Sweden. Founded in 1991, they got Swedish champions 12 times, their history, Swedish Cup winners 8 times. They've regularly qualified for European football throughout their history. They play in the Friends Arena with a capacity of over 54,000, located just off the centre of Stockholm. And getting there only takes about 7 minutes, either by train or tram. They play in the Allsvenskan League, of which there are 16 teams, and they finished 2nd in their league last season. Their top goal scorer is Israeli Nabil Bahoui. They got 5 international players, of which 3 of them play for the Swedish international side. Next up is Shkendiga Tetovo of Macedonia, founded in 1979. Their history, Macedonian champions 4 times, cup winners 2 times, and they've qualified to play in the Champions League in the past, as well as the Europa League and also the Europa Conference League ever since 2011. So they've been regular qualifiers for international football in that time. Their stadium is the Ekolog Arena, north of Macedonia, with a capacity of 15,000. It's only 17 minutes walk from the center of Tetovo, but getting to Tetovo itself is not quite easy. They play in the Priva Macedonska League, of which there are 12 teams, and they finished 3rd in the league last season. Their top goal scorers are Sidrit Guri and Lutko Doriev, both which scored 10 goals last season. But they have no internationals in their side. Next up, probably another team we might want to avoid is Viborg of Denmark. Founded in 1896, they've got a history of being Danish champions once, Danish Cup winners once, Danish Super Cup winners, and this is their first time in their history they've qualified for any European football. They play in the Viborg Stadium of a capacity of just over 9,500. Getting there takes up to 6 hours flight to Midtjyllands Airport, and you can't get there directly. You have to have one stop. 30 minutes from the airport by bus to the stadium itself. They play in the Superligaen, which there are 12 teams. Now, this is a bit confusing. I'm just not really sure I quite understand this, because they finished 7th in their league last season and they have no honours. They haven't won anything in that league or last season. I think it's probably something like a fair play place that they've got qualified for this Europa Conference League. They got 3 top goal scorers from last season: Jacob Bonde, who's a defender, Sebastian Groning, midfielder, and also Jay Grot, all of which scored 6 goals. And they've got no internationals either in their league. Sorry, in their team. And last up is B36 Torshavn from the Faroe Islands, founded in 1936. They're Faroe Islands champions 11 times, cup winners 7 times, and they've regularly qualified for European football throughout their history since 1992. They play in the Gundadula Stadium with a capacity of just over 5,000. Getting there by taxi is probably the best, directly from Vagar Airport, which takes around 30 minutes, or by bus from the airport, which takes around an hour. They play in the Betri Deldin League in the Faroe Islands, of course. Only 10 teams in that league, and they finished 5th last season in that league. They've got Brian Jacobson, who's their top goal scorer last season, of 8 goals. So that's it. Those are the teams that we look like we could play. Just a recap of who they are. There is either, let's get to the very first one, Paid Linadmidskond from Estonia. There's Anderlecht from Belgium, which I guess is one of the teams that we really want to avoid because they're a pretty decent team. There's Wolfsburg. I guess it's another team we probably wouldn't want to face in the playoffs in order to get to the group stages for this competition. Wolfsburg of Austria. And then there's Gisra United of Malta. That'll be a nice little holiday. And then there's Riga of Latvia. And then there's Gil Vicente of Portugal. And then finally, if I can get to it, not finally, AIK of Sweden, which is another team I guess we would want to avoid. Shkendiga Tetovo of Macedonia. And Viborg of Denmark. And finally, B36 Torshavn of the Faroe Islands. So there's probably a couple of teams there that we probably like to avoid and not get. So it'd be interesting to look forward to the draw. Now, look, the draw takes place at 1 o'clock this afternoon. But because it's a draw for quite a number of teams, we don't know just exactly when we find out who our opponents are. So let's get into the chat and see who's in there and say hello to you all. Good afternoon. I do apologize. I'm going to get your name wrong. I'm going to try Dlavaki. I hope that's correct. And when does the actual draw start? It starts at 1 o'clock. Good afternoon, Garino. I hope you're well, mate. Yeah, 1 p.m. UK time. Who else have we got? Good afternoon. Good morning to you, Graham. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining, mate. Mick, how are you, mates? I hope you're well. Hi to you. I hope I've got your name correct. Dlavaki. Do forgive me if I've got that wrong. Peter, hello, mate. Away league first, please, seeing as there's a proposed rail strike on the 8th. That's great, isn't it? I hope we do get, we don't even know just yet when we'll be playing our game, whether it will be a home or away leg. So, yeah, good points. I hope it is away first leg. Good afternoon, Paid. Paid lemonade and a Don't take the mick. It's bad enough that I get their names wrong. This is interesting. I hope it is, Mick. I hope it is. I hope I've kind of entertained you because the draw's not for another 10 minutes. And I'm just wondering whether I'm actually going to stay on and wait for the draw or come back straight after and I can give you a bit more of a lowdown. I might kind of do that. I might do this in 2 stages because going through that draw is going to be quite painful. Good afternoon, Trev. I hope you're well. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Tell me, Dlavaki, who do you support? Dlakavi, sorry, not Dlavaki. I'm saying it in Greek. Dlakavi. Who do you support, mate? I'd be interested to find out who you support. Peter, anyone but Anderlecht, we should be through. I think AIK are also another team I think we want to avoid as well. Chris, afternoon. Just about to order a fat fry up from the cafe. Lucky you. All I've had is a cappuccino. Do you want fries with your Wolfsburger? Don't take the mitt because it's bad enough that I'm not pronouncing all their names correctly. Trev, I'm on Cockney Auto Translate. Annie Bowl. Next up, Wolfsburger. Give us United. I'd like to go to Malta again. It's a fantastic place to go on holiday. So I'd like to go there. So I hope we draw them. Good afternoon, Daniela. How are you? Afternoon, boys and girls at work listening. Thank you for joining. Good afternoon, Bradley. How are you, mate? Bring me all on, all at the same time. Well, there's a few places. I'll tell you what, even the diehard West Ham supporters are going to find it difficult to get to certain places. Macedonia is one of them. I think that's going to be difficult. Faroe Islands, if we get them as well. Trev, skin digger 10 ton though. We probably want to skin digger 10 toes. Good afternoon to you, Alexandru Muraru from Stow. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hello, mate. Hello, John. I hope you're well, mate. Thank you for joining as well. Dlakavi. Don't bother with my name. It means hairy. I love that. Mad Titan Paresh, good afternoon to you, mate. Thank you for joining. Good afternoon, Grumpy. How are you, mate? From the Philippines. I hope you're well. We've been having a bit of Filipino weather here, all sort of muggy and warm and not very comfortable at night time. Hello, Alan. I hope you're well. Be interesting who we draw, if it's home or away as well. Absolutely, I totally agree. Good afternoon to you, Kyle. Anderlecht, I think, are the only team that can cause us problems. I think AIK as well, to be quite honest with you, but I'm not going to take any of these teams lightly, to be honest with you. Baby Yoda, how are you? I'm a West Ham fan from Romania, and welcome. I'm glad that FCSB can't play with West Ham, which is also my team. But might that come later on in the competition? We don't know yet. John, where can I watch the draw? I'm toying with the idea of staying on because I've still got 10 minutes to go, but I just don't know what to fill your time up. You can watch me just sort of, sitting there doing nothing. I'm trying to fill the time up before the draw. I'm hoping I can get to 1 o'clock to do the draw itself. 8 Barley, good afternoon. AIK are a strong side normally. I agree, absolutely. Graham, it's 5:45 here in Alberta. I'm up to go to work, so cool to catch a bonus program. Hoping an easy start to the. You know what? I mean, once we know who we've got in the playoffs, and as already said, we have these playoffs in the 18th and the 25th of August, and we don't yet know which whether we're going to play home and away in the first leg. Once we get through that, fingers crossed, we're through to the group stages proper, and then we're going to get a better idea of who we've actually got in the group stages once the playoffs are done and dusted. Deklavi, I support a local Serbian team called FK Sloboda. Internationally, West Ham. Fantastic. Thank you for joining, mate. Really much appreciated. It's a new name. By the way, if you're new to the channel, do hit that like button and subscribe button and catch me on all the other shows I do. And hit the bell notification to let you know when I'm next on. Good afternoon, Howard. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining. Bradley, Wiggy will be there 2 days early waiting for kick. With a beer in hand. You're absolutely right, mate. I hope you're well. I hope to see you on Sunday if you're coming to the game. Good afternoon, Carl. Hoping for Hearts in the group. If they don't drop down as living in Scotland, fairly easy away day. That'd be nice to get a Scottish team. Peter, good evening. Carol Vorderman has struggled with how the whole Conference Cup works. I think I'm struggling as well, mate. Good afternoon, English Yardie. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining. Howard, Stell, hairy arseholes, who do you support? I shave mine. No, I don't. John, the thing is, Anderlecht looked like the best away day, but I think they'd be tough. So I'm mixed on whether I want them or not. You know what? Any away day would be a good away day. I mean, getting to one of these teams in the middle of nowhere is going to be fantastic, isn't it? Good afternoon to you, Eamon. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Good afternoon, Lukash. Where is the stream of draw? I'm going to get to that in a minute because I've probably got about 7 or 8 minutes. Stay on. I'll try to stay on. Okay, I'll tell you what I need to do then. If I'm going to stay on, I need to pull the draw up myself. Otherwise, you're going to be watching me fumbling. So Europa League, Conference League draw. Live. There you go. I'm going into the UEFA websites, which is probably the most obvious place to go to look for the Europa League draw. And it's saying here the draw will start shortly. So knowing UEFA, if you think I'm late with my turning up on time for my shows, you got to look at the UEFA because they never start on time ever. Mick, any of the teams can cause us problems, as we rightly know. Absolutely. We got knocked out by, who was it when we were last in the European Cup? Not last season, but this before that. We got knocked out before we even got to the group stages, didn't we? Tommy, good afternoon to you. Do you still have anything to do with West Ham? No, I don't, mate. This is my channel now, West Ham Voice. So thank you for finding me again, Tommy. And I hope you will join me here by subscribing to this channel. It would be lovely if you did. Good afternoon to you, Chuck. How are you? I always enjoy, but rarely listen live, so you don't know me. Chuck, very nice to meet you for the first time, mate. So thank you for joining, and much appreciated that you do manage to catch my shows, even if they're not live. Howard, pronounce some more Europeans. If anyone watched the West Ham Weekly on Monday night, you find I absolutely killed every single team I tried to pronounce, and I've tried to learn them before I got on live today because I absolutely annihilated some of the names. It was funny. I gave up, really. I literally did give up. It was really embarrassing. Good afternoon to you, Robert. Who do you think we should play in midfield instead of Rice as he's banned? Oh, that's a really good point. Is it 2 games he's banned for, isn't it? So he's only banned for the group. Well, that's really interesting. God, I completely forgot about that. You're absolutely right. I'd like to see Downs have a go next to Souček. Why not? That's what we bought him for. But if we manage to buy another player, Onana, who might be coming in very, very shortly, then if he's eligible, then why not Onana next to Souček? Really good point. But it could be if I'd like to see Downs play. If we don't get anyone in time, I think we will. It'll probably be Onana. But if we don't, then why not give the young lad a try? Why not give Flynn Downs a go next to Souček? He looked quite tasty, didn't he? He looked quite decent. Good afternoon, we just challengers. Thankfully, Panathinaikos won't have to face you guys. Are you a Panathinaikos fans? Are you Greek? Yeah, I don't know how well they've done this season, so it'd be interesting to see if we might get them throughout the competition, maybe later on in the season or so. Paul Powell, good afternoon. Don't worry about filling up time. Still, you did a 2-hour stint last night. You'll be fine. I did, didn't I, mate? How do I do so long online? I've done 25 minutes already and we're not even on the draw yet. How do I don't know how I manage it, but there you go. Right. So, Graham, thank you very much, mate. Hit the like button. So please, people, if you're new to the channel, if you kind of stumbled across it thinking, who the hell's this guy? It's the West Ham Voice. I'm on fairly regularly. Monday night live show that, as people have alluded to, goes on for about 2 hours, and I go through a whole week of West Ham news, what's happened, etc. And then throughout the week I do other shows, talking about West Ham, latest transfer rumors or player updates or whatever it may be. I'll start doing a few previews. I can't do them regularly though, but I will try do a few previews and maybe a few reviews of the games that are coming up as well. And also around about sort of once a month there'll be a Friday late every once a month on a Friday night. There'll be one this coming Friday as a precursor to the season starting, and I bring on guests for that, so you don't just have to listen to me rabbit on. I bring on other people that listen to me rabbit on with me on Friday nights. That's probably once a month, but there will be one this Friday as well. Mad Titan, why not fill the time by making starting 11 with current squad? I kind of did that. Well, no, I didn't do that. I talked about, unfortunately, I don't have the images to talk it through. Okay, first 11 for me, it's got to be Areola in goal. You could take your pick between Johnson or Soufal on the right-hand side. It'll probably be Soufal starting. With fitness looming as well, I would say Zuma alongside Dawson for now until Ogbonna gets match fit. So, and then I would put Zuma and Ogbonna just for the balance. Nothing against Dawson, but it's just for the balance of the team. And at the moment, on the left-hand side of a 4, it'd be Creswell. I know a lot of people don't want Creswell, but I think for now, until we buy other players, it will be Creswell. And then in the middle 2, with the players that currently have, it'll be Souček and Declan. And then in the attacking third, I kind of relish looking at 3 behind a striker, which will be Bowen, Antonio, and someone like Fornals, and then Scamacca up front. Wouldn't that be good? But I'm going to do more of that when we know who we've actually got in the squad, who else we bought, etc. Then I'll be looking at, because I talked about how Scamacca is going to change our lineup over the season. He gives us options, and I talked about how Scamacca can, we can play a 4-3-3, we can play a 4-2-3-1 where he's the main striker. We can play quite a number of different variations, 5-3-1-1, and ironically, I think a lot of people are expecting that it'll be either Antonio or Scamacca in the team. I think there'll be occasions when we'll see both. And that's where we may see Antonio maybe just behind Scamacca. Antonio may be out wide a little bit as a support for Scamacca. I think we might actually see Moyes playing Scamacca and Antonio more often than we realise. Bradley, I'll be there on Sunday. Don't worry about the back to normal. Don't worry about that. Back to normal now every game. Fantastic, mate. Looking forward to seeing you. Be really nice to see you, mate. And by the way, mate, I'm still want you to come on because this guy, Bradley, I've known him for quite a while. He knows his football, and when we were going football regularly, kind of talking about games, etc. And your thinking is great. So maybe if you're free Friday night, come on and we can have a chat. Kyle, legit, the conference works the exact way as the Europa League, other than nobody qualifies automatically for the group. It is, but it's all a bit, I think, because we qualified directly for the group stages of the Europa League. We didn't have to worry about this precursor stuff, did we? Now we have to concern ourselves with, a playoff in order to get to the group stages, etc., etc. Bradley, have you renewed? Yeah, I did, mate. So if you contact Andy Reid, if you message him directly on Facebook, he'll sort it out for you, even though so yeah, get that sorted. I think quite a few of us have. Nikolai, good afternoon to you. Hello, another new face there. Thank you for joining, mate. Much appreciated. Good afternoon to you, Ballon. Astragugu still haunts all of us. Callum, good afternoon to you. I hope we get Anderlecht. Do you? I don't. It's one of the few teams I hope we don't get. Acid, the draw is live on BT Sports, just in case anyone is searching for it. Thank you, mate. I'm still looking at the right. They've started running tapes and etc. On the UEFA website. So I'm kind of hoping that they'll sort things out through. Look, I haven't got all the images of all the teams up, etc. So I can't go through every group stage and so on because there's so many teams, etc. I'm only going to focus on West Ham United and who we get in the playoffs. It started. It's saying it's not live. Why is it not live? Now it's live. So someone's talking in the background, and yeah, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go through your chat, which is much more interesting for now. Another new name. I can't pronounce it. Dutch League Lotting here. I don't know. Good afternoon to you, Divini Wenk Werfree. It's really, I'm only doing West Ham. I'm sorry to say. So I hope you stay for that. Scarborough, good afternoon to you. Downs, Fornals and Souček in the middle of the park. Yeah, good shout to cover for Declan. Good afternoon, John. I think they'll all be good away days, but the thing is, West Ham took loads of my points, so I'm only on 19. So I reckon I'll be able to go to AIK or Anderlecht because they have big stadiums. You're on the same number of points as I am, mate. My one's dropped. Oh, I was gutted. Mick, Downs for me, yeah, to take Declan's place. Good afternoon, Hazari. Are they? Well, stay here, mate. Stay here and be entertained by me. Good afternoon to you, Cameron. Moyes is also banned, isn't he? He is. Very good point. He got sent off, didn't he? Grumpy. It's 7:55 p.m., 31 degrees and sticky as Winnie the Pooh's nose in a honey plot. The only one clean one I can find. Eamon, thank God you don't wear a baseball cap backwards. I thought no, mate. No. My hair's too nice for that. I hope you're well, Hazari. I haven't seen you for quite a while, Hazari. I hope you're well, mate. Thank you for joining. Adrian, good afternoon to you. Yeah, thank you for joining, mate. Mick, Cameron Joy, yes, he is. Forgot that. Who? Cameron. What did Cameron say? Yes, Moyes is banned. Andy, hope we get Anderlecht. Be a great warm-up. I wouldn't look forward to that. I don't want to be knocked out before we start. Good afternoon to you, NL from, is it Gizra? Is that how you pronounce it? Gira United? Thank you for joining, NL, because your team might be one of the teams we might get. Give the stream a thank you very much. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Thank you for joining, Adrian. I hope you're well, mate. Howard, best word. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it. I was gloats when people say that. Adam, how are you, mate? Thank you for joining. Trev, I hope we get Onana. He looks really good. It looks like we're going all out for him, mate. I talked about that in the show last night as well. And I explained why I think David Moyes is really keen on getting him, because it looks like the sort of player that will certainly give us options in the middle of the park. They're still talking. Let's listen to it as well. It's I can't hear him, but they're still, you know what it takes forever, doesn't it? Andy, change my mind. Don't want Anderlecht. Viborg will do. There you go. Adrian, totally agree. Best chat this side. Jim, how are you, mate? Thank you for joining. I hope you're well. Good afternoon to you, Scott. How are you, mate? Thank you for your emails, etc. Fantastic. We'll sort something out. Absolutely. Look forward to meeting you when you come over. Ballon, Creswell out. Look. As it stands right now, we've got no choice. And at the moment, I still support Creswell because we don't have an alternative. Is Big Doors fit? Well, he played in the good afternoon to you, Glenn. He played in the last preseason friendly on Saturday. And I think he played about an hour or so and he was taken off. But that's fine. That's okay. So I don't know. Will he be match fit? Bit risky. Bonner also played as well. He played for the under-21s and he played the whole game as well. Best chat this side of Black Stump, Adrian. Ballon, I am Glenn. Everyone's talking to each other. Pauline, good afternoon to you. West Ham voice, no justice, no today, no today, no. I don't understand what she's talking about. Thank you for joining, Pauline, and getting involved in the chat. No justice, no Today Show, no justice, no Today Show. I don't know what you mean. Would you like to explain? When's it start? It started. But the draw, I mean, they're talking, they've been talking longer than I have. And no draw's been made just yet. So as soon as it is, I'll let you know. Tommy, good afternoon to you. Do you think going in for Onana as a replacement for Rice, as he's likely to go next summer? Yes, I do. But it will be next summer because, as you rightly pointed out, Declan won't be leaving this summer. As clubs would ask for more players, knowing it's just a big payout for Rice. Yeah, he will. Look. Unless we do something superb this season, like winning something, finishing in the top four, etc., the likelihood is that Declan will leave. Look, we know that. We're kind of aware of that. So unfortunately, yes, I do see Onana as being the long-term replacement for Declan, and what a decent replacement he'll be as well. Howard, Vlasic behind Scamacca will be legendary this season. That's also a good shout. Good afternoon to you, the Buzz. Hi, thank you very much for subscribing. Much appreciated, mate. Really do. Good afternoon to you, James. None of the new signings will start against Man City. We kind of said that, didn't we? We kind of alluded to that, and we have to see Scamacca, probably come off the bench. Downs will probably be on the bench. As we know, Gerd is injured. It depends on the goalie, doesn't it, really? Who are we going to get in goal? Will it be Fabianski? Will he keep Faith Moyes with Fabianski? Or will he give Areola the starting berth? Good afternoon, Conan. How are you, mate? We'd like to see Vlasic up the middle behind Scamacca. Angelino would be great for us. Seen a lot of him over the years. Talked about Angelino last night. He's another name that we've been linked to with regards to right. Draws are starting. So let's see. Bear with me. I'm going to try and listen as well as try and keep engaged with you guys as well. Right. So the first up is either. Oh God, that didn't stay up long. It's not us. So anyway, so the next one is coming up. Do forgive me, people. I will try and engage with you as best I can. I don't know what group. I don't even know what group this is. I think this is group 5 or match 5. They said so. Right. What's next? Winners of match 2. I said this is the pre-draw, isn't it? Before us, and then they'll play winners of match 3. So that is going to be Hibernian or Lever. God, they don't keep that up very long, unfortunately. If we get to West Ham, I promise you, I'll let you know straight away. God, they take a long time. I thought I was slow, but there you go. Right, let's go through whilst I'm waiting, because we'll get to West Ham in a minute. We're the same team as last season, Glenn. We haven't really added players early enough to start. But I did say last season, I thought West Ham, our best 11. So we got Malmo, they just drawed out. Our best 11 as good as any team in the Premier League. Mick, West Ham United have held initial talks with Burnley over the signing of Maxwell Cornet. West Ham thought to favour a loan. I would do that straight away without a shadow of a doubt. I would take Cornet. I think he's good. He'll be the alternative to Kostic that we don't seem to be getting. Hi, Stel. Claire, how are you? Hoping for AIK. Just moved to Stockholm. There'll be a difficult team to get to play against, but thank you for joining. Much appreciated. Let's scroll down a bit. We need a permanent signing on the left wing, maybe Cornet, but I'll take him as an alternative for now, even if it is a loan. So Shamrock Rovers, they don't keep the details up long enough, so do forgive me. But as soon as West Ham pops up, I'll let you know. Andrew, Mallow, mate, love the channel. Come on, yeah. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Good afternoon to you, Felix, an AIK fan. I hope we don't get you. I fear you. I think AIK are a decent team. Alan, won't matter who we draw. Moyes will play a strong team as will not want to do a Spurs and go out early. I agree with that, and I hope that I totally do agree with that. The Hazari, I'm staying here. Thank you very much for doing so. Ballon, Spurs were right. European football helped them get to the Champions League. I guess it did, but I want to win something. I don't even, for me, I want to win something. Olympiacos has been drawn against either Zritsky or Kostane of Kazakhstan. Quite a few teams there. Do you want to be knocked out of this group, out of this competition early? I'll be honest with you, I don't. Good afternoon to you, Alfie. I hope you're well. Diamonds reported West Ham wanted a loan for Cornet. I'll take him. Good to see you. Good to see you too, mate. Scarborough, we are in for Cornet, Sky Sports. Good. I talked about Cornet in my show last night. That was good timing, wasn't it? So hi to you, Chris. I hope you're well. Scott, is Rice banned too? Yes, Declan is banned for 2 games because he called the ref a cheat, didn't he? In the semi-final. So okay, so draw results. Maribor or Helsinki against a Belgian team, a Bulgarian team, or 1907 Cluj.
Focus now to the main part where 5 teams are directly qualified to the playoffs of the Europa Conference League, and they will be joined by the 27 winners of the Conference League third qualifying.
Right, 5 teams qualified. That means it's got to be us. Hadget Split is the best. Thank you for joining, Franjo. Much appreciated. John, who do you prefer, Soufal or John? I'm really into. I don't know, because I think they're both strong in slightly different ways. I think Johnson is the future without a shadow of a doubt. But Stufal can still offer something. Floridian, good afternoon to you. Go Raquel, I hope you're well. Thank you for joining. Juha, I hope you're well. I really hope we get AIK. I don't. Garino, there could be the banana skin. Kostic is off or just moving to plan B or C. Yeah, I think so. And I don't mind Cornet. I think he's a good player. Right. I think we're coming up. I'm guessing we are. Because it's seeded teams in the main path, I think he said, which are going to be ourselves, Villarreal, Fiorentina, Cologne, and Nice. And then we're going to be joined by 27 winners of the Europa Conference third qualifying round. And then there's 2 teams that are going to also join from being eliminated from Europa League. So this is it, people. I'm guessing this is it. Come on, hurry up. I can't wait. I'm like a kid. I'm like a kid in a toy shop. Glenn, AIK are halfway through their seasons. I think need to avoid them. Good afternoon, Arrive. You found me. Thank you very much. I really love that. I did try and let everyone know that I left West Ham Network quite some time ago, but it didn't seem to get through to everyone. So thank you for finding me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to let you know when I'm next on. The draw is about to be made. I'm actually quite sweaty and excited. Ugh, it's horrible, isn't it? Quite sweaty and excited. Garino, UEFA bods are talking about world peace. How much champagne? Jake, hello, mate. Thank you for joining. Much appreciated. Scott, I would suggest that we want to avoid Anderlecht and AIK. I would suggest too. Chanel, what, the aftershave? Good afternoon to you, Lux. Thank you for joining. Come on, people. Stop talking and get on with it. We just challenge. Has it started? Well, we're getting to the point where hopefully this is the draw is for us now. Udaraja, good afternoon to you from India. Thank you for joining, mate. I hope you're well, and look forward to doing the draw any minute now. Schizo, good afternoon, mate. Really enjoy your pronunciations. I tried my best today. I really have tried my best. Can you guys stop talking and pull those balls out of the bloody what do you call it, the bowl? David M. Surely there must be a replacement for Masuaki lined up. I think there is, mate. I think there is. Let's not. It might be Cornet. Right. Here we go, people. Here we go. It better be us. Garino. They can make this draw a little more complicated, could they? Bloody well. It's coming, Vinay. It's coming. Who we're getting? Come on then, do it. Don't keep talking, just get on with it. Wow, God, how many bowls have they got in front of them? Right, first ball out. Who's it going to be? Number 7. That's PF. I don't know. Well, who's got 1 and who's got 7? So St. Patrick's Athletic play either Bromby or Basel. That's difficult. Right, Spartak. I don't know half of these teams. So Panathinaikos are playing either Spartak Trnava or Czestochowa from Poland. Oh, you love my pronunciations, don't you? Right. Lawrence, do I think we can challenge for the top 4 this season? Depends on how many other players we get in and who we get in. But why not, mate? Seriously, why not? Right, next draw. I still haven't seen any of these teams that... This is going to take ages, people. This is going to take a hell of a long time. But let's stay with it. Let's stay with it and see what happens. They're just pulling out numbers, which at the moment mean absolutely no. They know what these numbers mean. I've got no idea what these numbers mean. So 3 and 5. Okay, so what does that mean then? So Apoel, Petrolog, Nice. Okay, I've got Thessaloniki or Tel Aviv. Okay, so Nice is one of the teams of the 5 main path entrants who have been selected. So that's 4 more to go. You're watching the draw through my glasses, JTD. Right. I mean, I should be interested in every single team, but I'm sorry, I'm really not. I can't focus. I just need to know West Ham. So there's another 2 balls. So they're taking balls from 2 bowls, putting them in the middle, and then I don't know. Right, come on in. Who's next? They're going to pull out a number again, clearly. Number 2, whoever that. See, what they haven't done is on the UEFA website is tell you what team is given the number. So 2 and 8 have been drawn together. What does that mean? Viking, Rovers, Antwerp, Larnaca, Cypriot team, Partizan, Sofia. Right, still no West Ham there. I do not get this draw. I do not understand this draw. But as of yet, West Ham has still not been drawn out. Stick the kettle on. It could be a while. I know it could. I know it will be a while. James, be careful you don't get a copyright strike. We're having the draw, volume 10. Mate, seriously, can you actually hear that? If you can hear that, I'll turn that down. I'll turn that down. Is that better? Thank you for that, mate. Scott, still, how much could a woodchuck chuck if a wood... Don't confuse me, mate. Right, next number up. Number 4. Who's number 4? This is going to take a while, people. I'm telling you. Number 6. 4 against 6. Is there West Ham there? 20, Fiorentina. Fiorentina and Villarreal and Cologne have now all got the teams that they know who they might play. So far, Nice, Cologne, Fiorentina and Villarreal. West Ham are the last of the 5 to go. So here we go, people. Here we go. Oh, dear. God, they're taking more balls from another bowl, putting them in another bowl, and more bowls from putting them in another bowl, and then they're going to put those 2 together, and then they're going to do another draw. Confused? Basically, they're drawing, what, 27, 28, 29, 30 odd teams, aren't they? Something like 34 teams to see who's playing against who. Forgive me, I'll get back to the chat in a minute once we know what's happening. So far, Fiorentina, Cologne, and Nice and Villarreal know who they're playing. Here we go. More numbers. Number 3. I'm guessing that's going to be West Ham, but let's just wait and see. And they are going to be drawn against number 10. So what does that mean? West Ham United against either Viborg or Torshavn from the Faroe Islands. So we're either going to Denmark or we're going to the Faroe. Oh, the effing Faroe Islands. West Ham United are playing either Viborg or Torshavn in the next round. And we're at home in the first leg, I'm afraid. So the train strike is going to mess us up. But that's who it is, people. So let's go. Let's just go back now. Look, I should be polite and go for the remainder of these draws, but I'm kind of not really. Forgive me for those of you who are, looking for a draw for your teams, etc. My focus is on West Ham United. So we've got either Viborg or Torshavn. So let's go and have a look at those teams again, shall we? There we are. So Viborg and Torshavn are playing each other. The winners of that game will determine who plays against West Ham United. We're at home in the first leg. So B36 Torshavn are from the Faroe Islands. They were founded in 1936. They're Faroe Islands champions 11 times, cup winners 7 times. They've regularly qualified for European football throughout their history since 1992. So they're no walkover. They play in the Gundandular Stadium of a capacity of 5,000. Getting there from Vagar Airport takes approximately 30 minutes by taxi, or getting there by bus takes about an hour. They play in the B36 League in the Faroe Islands, of course. There are 10 teams in that league. They finished 5th in their league last season. No honours. They didn't win any cups or anything. And their top goal scorer is Brian Jacobson, who scored 8 goals last season. They got 3 internationals for the Faroe Islands national team as well. So let's find Viborg. There we go. Viborg of Denmark. We might be going to Denmark. That won't be too bad. Founded in 1896. They're Danish champions once, Danish Cup winners once, Danish Super Cup winners once. The first time in their history that they've qualified for European football. They play at the Viborg Stadium with a capacity of 9,500, getting there up to 6 hours flight to Midtjylland Airport because you can't go direct from the UK. And then it's a 30-minute journey by bus to get to the stadium itself. They play in the Superligaen of Denmark, of course, 12 teams. This is the odd one. They finished 7th in their league. But they didn't have any honours. They didn't win any cups or anything. So I'm guessing that I don't know, maybe fair play or whatever it is, that they got their reward by qualifying for Europe. They've got 3 top goal scorers: Jakob Bonde, who's a defender, Sebastian Groning, and J. Rot Grot. It should be Grot, not Grok. All got 6 goals. And they don't have any internationals in their team. So that's the draw, people. That is who we're going to play. We're either going to play Viborg of Denmark, or we're going to play B36 Torshavn of the Faroe Islands. How exciting is that, eh? How exciting is that? We're either going to the Faroe Islands or we're going to Denmark. Either or, not going to be a lot of away tickets being given away. I think if you've got a capacity as it is, then it's going to be quite a small number of tickets being handed out. It's going to be exciting. We're either going to Viborg in Denmark or we're going to the Faroe Islands. How'd you get to the Faroe Islands? Good grief. Start traveling now. Right. So there you are, people. That's the draw. We're either going to Denmark or we're going to the Faroe Islands. It's quite exciting, really, isn't it? It's done. Was that it? Is that the whole lot? Have you done everything, UEFA? It looks like we have. There you go. We're going. There you go. So, yeah, it's done. West Ham United, Viborg or Torshavn. Let's go. Let's scroll right down to the bottom, shall we? And go from top bottom up. Here we go. Grab a free dinghy to the Faroe Islands. Faroe Islands, all champions. Fair or Denmark. Faroe Islands, and we wonder why Kostic doesn't want to come. So we drew 2 teams from Denmark. Faroe Islands, well, Faroe Islands is the Faroe Islands, but yeah, Denmark really, isn't it? Peter, lose this over 2 leagues and we should sell the whole squad. Paper aeroplane, 6-hour flight. No, it's a 6-hour flight to the Faroe Islands, and it's not a direct flight. Well, I guess you can go via Denmark, and then I don't know. But when I was looking to say, I just said, how'd you get to the Faroe Islands? And the first thing that came up was 6-hour flight, which is not direct. So there you go. But otherwise, get a dinghy has been suggested. We have to win the 2 games. I bloody hope so, mate. Juha, it will be Viborg. Might try getting tickets for that. Oh, get me one, Juha, mate, and I'll fly over. If we get Viborg, get me a ticket and I'll fly over. Email me on westhamvoice@gmail.com and let me know. Jackie, what happened is we don't win that much. Do we not play? No, we don't. If we don't win the playoff, we're out of Europe. So there it is. What else have we got here? Don't care about. I'm sorry. I really am. I really do apologize for those of you who came on to watch the whole draw. Look, I'm sure other channels have done it even better than me. I was just really interested in West Ham. Thomas, yes, see you in Viborg. Are you a Viborg fan or are you a West Ham fan, mate? Or both? Andy, told you, Stel, Viborg, easy 5-0. I hope so. I hope so. Good draw, in my opinion. You must be so happy that you decided to. Actually, to be honest with you, I've enjoyed it. I really have. Aslan, good afternoon to you. West Ham versus Viborg or Torshavn. Absolutely. There you go. There you go. JTD, still you got a copyright strike. Take off. Good afternoon to you. Learn to dig. 14 games to European glory. Oh, it's going to be a slog, isn't it? It's going to be a slog. Lakavi, Eastern Europe, you're more likely to see a UEFA Mafia shirt than an actual UEFA shirt. I've read about that. And I did some time ago. I talked about how certain groups infiltrate certain football teams. Who have we got? We've either got Viborg or B36 Torshavn. There you go. I am fluent in many languages. Crap, shit, rubbish, misspellings, mispronunciations, etc., etc. Let's scroll down and before I say goodbye to you all, because it actually has been quite an enjoyable draw. What do we got? WHU, good afternoon to you, mate. I hope you're well. We're home. We play the home leg first. We play the home leg first, I'm afraid. But that shouldn't matter. We should be able to play a young squad to see us through, but this is West Ham United. Vinay, the Denmark team is close to me relatively. I'm in Sweden. Mate, get me a ticket and I'll come and meet you all. We'll have a party out there. Chris, you have to fly from Scotland, it looks like. Yeah, do you know, maybe that's why it's taken 6 hours, because flying from London and then sort of connecting, etc., will take ages. WHU, effect that 6-hour flight and no toilet. John, good afternoon to you. We need to beat the Faroe Islands side. Can you imagine the shit we get from Chelsea, Tottenham, etc. if we don't? Mick, cheers. I've got to go back to work as well. So thank you for joining me. Much appreciated. Thomas, we sold Sebastian Groni. Oh, have you? Then I'm out of date. Oh, there you go. One of your top goal scorers is gone. Rico, even though I'm an Everton fan, thank you for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Ballon, I will be happy if we go for Europe, but we cannot compete on 4 fronts. Look at Frankfurt. They've been the league for the Europe. They did, and it worked for them. Doesn't always work, though, does it? Viborg nickname us the Borg, and resistance is futile. Shame I wanted the Cypriot team. I know, would be nice. You never know. Later on in the group stages, you never know who we're going to get. Eamon, Viborg versus West Ham sounds like the UEFA conference version of Star Wars. Hello, James. How are you, mate? There'll possibly be a booze cruise to the Faroes from the Shetland Islands. That's it, people. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm actually glad I've done it now. So this is it. It's either Viborg from Denmark or it's B36 Torshavn from the Faroe Islands. Thank you all for joining. It's been fun. Let's do it again soon. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and all that sort of stuff. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Much appreciated. It's been a blast, and see you soon.